Welcome to episode 1 of I've Just Bought a House. In this episode, I'll give you a quick tour. I've just picked up the keys today from the estate agent. You can possibly hear doors slamming in the background, and that is because I've opened all the windows just to try and get some air into the place. So let's flip this camera around. Okay, so there's the front door. Let's go left into the living room. Now I believe the stop tap is behind that panel, but I've not got my tools with me yet, so that's something that I need to check pretty soon. The laminate flooring isn't as bad as I thought it was going to be, actually. I remember seeing that when I viewed the house, and I was thinking, well, it's probably not going to be very good underneath the furniture and the rug, but actually seems okay. I quite like this fireplace. I don't have any plans to remove that anytime soon. We'll just see how it goes, but I was thinking I could use it, actually. I think the previous owner was using it as heating because the boiler isn't exactly in tip-top condition, shall we say. Got some nice sliding doors. I say nice, I mean, I think they're going to need a bit of lubrication for them to work a little better. I'll show you the garden later, I think. For now, we will move to the kitchen. And it appears we have a green screen built into this kitchen, which is kind of useful. These kitchen units are actually pretty good. I think they'll clean up quite nicely. I think the previous owner has taken the water from here through to this little, what was sold by the estate agent as a utility room. It's absolutely not. It's an outhouse that's not really fit for purpose. But there is a washing machine in here, which is a big surprise because now I'm gonna have to get rid of that. I do already have a new washing machine that I ordered that will be getting delivered next week. Anyway, would rather have it there, so I need to figure that out. You can see here I don't know if it is a consumer unit, if that is the correct term, or if it's a fuse box, or both. But this isn't as bad as I remember when I first came to look at the house. And I did have a photo of it, and I did have more than one viewing, but I was kind of thinking it's really, really, really old. And actually, it was probably installed, not when the house was built in the 50s or 60s, but actually in the 90s. So pretty recent. Got a gas meter down there, which I've done a reading of. The radiators are in better condition than I remember. I don't really like how they've been plumbed in like this. But yeah, it'd be good to try and get that fired up, which I'm not going to do until I've had a bit of advice about the boiler, which we'll see soon. Up the stairs, the survey did state a high risk or critical kind of finding. I think it was meant to be for this banister. I think it might be because it's loose at the top here. That's not as bad as I thought either. It seems pretty solid further down, so I can probably just reattach that or strengthen it. I suppose it's a high risk because they don't want someone going down the stairs and holding on to that with all their weight and then falling and breaking their legs. I am purposefully not going to be showing you views of the outside in case the geoguesser enthusiasts of the world, who also happen to be weirdos, try and pinpoint my location. And in case this video ever gets more than 50 views. The bathroom is probably the worst room in the house. I put a bit of water in the bath before because I suspected it might be blocked, and it is. So there's probably years worth of hair and stuff in there that I need to take out. I took the bath panel off just to have a quick look underneath, and I didn't see any sign of any obvious leaks. So that's something. The water pressure on these taps is incredible, so you'll see the water comes out there now. So we've got some kind of issue, which hopefully I can sort out myself. I have a mirror. Got an old style cistern up there. Let's give it a flush. The soil pipe for the house, or the soil stack, or whatever you want to call it, must be behind that panel. I know it's inside the house, and the top of it is in the loft, so that goes down inside the house. There is a loft hatch there that's been left off. So I'll bring my ladders round and have another look up there. You can see daylight through the roof. Maybe you can see a bit of white light there coming through. Tied with the bathroom, this is probably the worst room. It's got all sorts of filler in all sorts of holes all over the place. But the plaster, creaky floorboards, the plaster, I think is fine. So I think maybe I can sand this down. After I've sorted the electrics out, of course. But like I said, the electrics probably aren't as bad as I first suspected, because I think these are from the 90s rather than the 50s or 60s. Lights do work. Well, the ones I've tested do anyway so far. So that's a bonus. You can see the chimney here. The floorboards seem pretty decent condition. Don't really see any major problems. I'd probably have to check some of these nails and maybe put some screws in to try and stop the creakiness. And finally, the master bedroom. This will probably be my room. We've got some very nice wallpaper, but again, the wall itself seems fine. Got nice wood chip, which I can live with for a while. This room, the floorboards are in even better condition than the other one. They've actually got some kind of varnish or something on them. Can live with that for a long time as well. The boiler is in this cupboard here, and I'm hoping to get a new boiler and move the location. I don't really want it in the bedroom. You can see there's no pressure there. I could try and top it up here. There's no rush to do that though. I might actually just turn off the boiler completely. And that concludes episode 1. If this video receives enough views, and enough is a quantity that I have not yet determined, then I will make more videos showing the process of repairs and renovation and decoration and enjoyment of this house. So stay tuned, like and subscribe, tell all your friends, and goodbye for now.